We're considering John the Baptist's message and how it's impacted on these four groups of people, and we've arrived at the soldiers and the soldiers' response. And we've seen in recent years that the church has been responding to this theology of the poor, this liberation theology that talks about freedom and equality for all and escape from oppression. And the soldiers were those in employment. And John the Baptist challenges these soldiers to behave honourably. I believe this gives us a challenge for those of us who are in employment about how we behave and how we practice our theology and our faith in the workplace. Jesus challenged people to turn the other cheek. We're not meant to be doormats and we're not meant to be taken advantage of. But I do believe Christians should be the best employees an employer could possibly ever want or have. I believe that Christians should go the extra mile. They should be more trustworthy, more honourable, more honest, more helpful, more reliable than anybody else. Our faith should impact us so much that we stand out from the crowd because of the generosity of spirit we have in our workplace. You know, that sense of, whilst not being taken advantage of, we're actually willing to go that extra mile. We should be able to be the ones who can be trusted with people's confidences, that if a colleague was in need, they know they could go and speak to one of us because they know that we would be trustworthy and keep it confidential. I also believe we bring an added dynamic to our work, and recently at work I was dealing with a really difficult situation. We had no cook for one of our care homes, and that care home was having to serve something in the region of 60-70 meals a day with no cook. We'd recruited some new staff, and the new staff were saying, we didn't sign up to do this, we can't cook for this, and unless you get a cook, we're leaving. Now at that time, finding a cook at the moment in post-pandemic sort of England is quite difficult. There's a lot of missing cooks, and we couldn't find a cook anywhere. And I remember getting my work pad, and I've phoned 15 different agencies trying to find a cook. And I remember laying hands on my work pad and praying and saying, God, I need a miracle here. I need a cook by the end of the day. And I then got a phone call and a cook by the end of the day. When that cook started, that cook turned out to not just be any cook, but to be an excellent cook. A cook who was brilliant, who had worked in our sort of setting before, and who came in and totally transformed it. When God answers prayer, he doesn't just meet our needs, he gives us an excessive grace, an overabundance. And that cook wasn't just any cook, he was a Marks and Spencer's cook. You know, he was an extra special cook. God's blessing was amazing. As a Christian, I brought my faith into my work, and I saw God do miracles and provide in a way that was miraculous. And I believe John the Baptist challenges us who are believers about how we apply our faith as in a workplace, how we witness in the workplace, how we bring that so that people know us by our fruit.